Hi everyone, just coming to you with a quick update. It's been a little over 4 hours since daily close. Um, First thing is that liquidity is starting to even out, so there's people opening up longs, and as you can see, the liquidation levels sort of range down to the 150 area, or the lower 150 area, which is definitely in our targets, and we're starting to get liquidity down into that 110 area. Now we do, of course, have the liquidity to the upside as well, but as this starts to even out, it gets a little bit trickier to figure out which way they're going to push it, considering we have got high time frame targets down to here, and we've also got some stuff that's come about today, which could give us a bit of a rally up into here. So starting to even out. Best just to keep an eye on it. If it gets to build, if it builds too much on the bottom and we run into resistance, we're probably going to reverse. Sol BTC is still bouncing, so that's good. That is about the minimum area that you'd expect it to move to. So if we just use our fib tool, some custom levels, we normally bounce on holds from that sort of point to that sort of point. So it's done that. So we may see that weaken. It doesn't mean it can't keep going up, and certainly I would expect it to want to come up to this sort of level because that's a hard close break level and prices sort of just dived all the way through it like that. Those kind of things are generally retraced. It is a weekly chart though, so it can go up and down, up and down, up and down. But certainly by the end of the week, or at least at the start of next week, you'd expect Sol to have gained some strength back there. BTC has bounced off the new daily trend. That bounce is sort of still going on. We're getting a bit of ranging. It's all pretty normal. I would sort of expect this to get to a minimum of a retest of the inverse, and that seems to be the way it's going. So it might range up and down, pull back, etc. But I'd sort of expect it to get up to here. Yeah, that's all just looks pretty normal. And just another view of Sol, which has bounced off the new daily support trend and seems to be getting up through some of these levels. It's gotten over this. It's ranging, so yeah, it might pull back and then bounce, and then pull back and bounce. But at this stage, it does look like it's heading up to mark levels that match up with the liquidity. And we got back up over the 2-day trend there. So this is probably the one thing that really could reject price. So I guess the concern is that as more people open longs, there's more of a reason for them to dip down and grab those longs. And you'd really want it to get over this and stay over this and just keep laddering up. But what we're seeing here is something very, very similar to just a backside rejection off that range there. So you got that range of accumulation, which was broken and hard closed. This is a retest and rejection. So as long as it recovers, it'll create a trend which will allow it to get back up into that range. So got going on here, we've got a trend here. So it looks like it'll probably break. Looks like it'll probably break that one. On the close of this candle, it might break that one. Wick to wick. And did we have one through there as well? Yeah, so we had that, it became that, and then that's our, okay, so it might come back here. Hopefully it can just hold this trend and build this trend and get up inside that range and then keep on continuing up. So that looks pretty normal. And monthly hold level, so it did its little bounce, got a retest, it's ranged up. So as long as we don't start breaking these lows again, then we'll just keep ranging up until we hit those higher time frame targets. If it's like this, whatever it might be, that's fine. But if we come down and start breaking levels like this, well, then they're going to go after that lower liquidity as it forms. Pretty much the same thing on the total market cap. Bounced off the reverse of the trend here. I'd sort of expect it to get to those sort of levels as a minimum. That would be a retest of the backside of that range there. So it's not a hard close range, so it's actually capable of getting back up inside there even, but it's it should sort of get up to there at a minimum. Yeah, we really just want to stay over the top of this. Hopefully keep on traveling up. So yeah, everything's pretty much looking like it should. Hopefully the liquidity on the bottom side of things doesn't build up too much, and the way it's sort of been lately is most of these pauses over the last couple of days are really just designed to induce people to open up leverage long so that there's something worthwhile for them to go and liquidate on their way down to where they want to go. I still think we're probably going to see more like the low 150s or something lower, but it's if it's not worth them going there, then they'll go take the shorts in the meantime, and by going up, they'll induce more longs and makes it worth going there. So fingers crossed we get a little bit more out of this, at least up to some of these levels here. So we've got 163, 168. In a bigger picture wise, the monthly move should really get up to 175 as a minimum, which lines up with this inverse here on the 2-day, and there's confluence around that on the daily and such as well. So yeah, it'd be good to get up there in one pass, but we will only know with time, and also sort of watching where BTC goes. So 114 would be a number where you certainly could see rejection once you get there. But so yeah, alert set, and don't really need to watch it too much more at the moment. We'll just either going to break a low or it's going to keep going up. So yeah, hopefully you're having a good day, and like and subscribe, and we'll see you again with another one.